Okay, hello
And
po kay Ma'am Faith Manalo from CCSIS. Okay, so teachers and other participants, our meeting is now also streaming live on our YouTube channel. So you can watch us in our Dapat Calamba City's YouTube channel. So sa mga hindi po makakapag-join dito sa ating Zoom platform.
yes
So
po, you
hello,
may share
hello.
it with your colleagues po, no? You may share our DepEd channel, DepEd YouTube channel to our dear colleagues for those who will not be able to join us this afternoon in our Zoom platform. Yan. Good afternoon, Ma'am Jenny, and good afternoon po to all our teaching and non-teaching personnel here in the Schools Division of Calamba City who grabbed the chance to expand their knowledge and acquire journalistic skills through our massive open online course and camp.
All right. That's correct, no, Sir Marvin. Also, good afternoon to all the participants from Philippine Normal University. We have participants from PNU South Luzon. Hello, hello. Kaway-kaway kayo dyan. Okay, kung kaya ng data na makapag-open ng camera, much better. So we also have participants from PNU Manila, PNU Visayas, and PNU Mindanao. Good afternoon sa inyo. Indeed, we should never let this kind of learning opportunity slip away from our hands. Para sa bata at para sa bayan, we ought to be ceaseless in taking steps towards personal and professional development.
Yes po, I agree, Ma'am Jenny. That is why we are very grateful that our schools division provides us with this kind of activity. Ayan, Ma'am, sa ating pong meeting chat, nag-greet na po yung ating mga kasamahan. They are greeting us po from PNU Mindanao. We have Ma'am Via Janita, Kirsten Isaac Requiza from PNU Mindanao. And po, good afternoon po, our dear participants from Philippine Normal University.
Ayan, good afternoon po. Ayan mga future teachers. Tama ba yan, sir? Future teachers ng ating bayan. Galing sa Philippine Normal University. Okay? So, posted na po ba ang ating link for the YouTube channel? So that we could see po kung sino po, kung may mga nagka-comments po doon and we could shout out their posts there. So, nasa na ba?
Ayan. Ma'am Pam also sent the link po of our YouTube live right now.
Ayan po. Ma'am, Miss Pam already posted the link. So, let us see. Kung ilan na ang participants natin sa ating YouTube channel.
And as of now, dito po sa ating Zoom, we have 63 participants already. For those whose schools are hindi pa po naman mention, ayan, kindly send your school in our meeting chat so we can shout out po or send you a shout out po. Again, watching po from Literaria Integrated School, Senior High School Department, we have here Sir Romar Briones.
All right, so let's see. Okay, so wala pang nag-like, wala pang nagko-comment. So again, dear participants, if you can access the Zoom platform, you can always watch in our through our YouTube channel.
Ayan po. Ma'am, siguro po let's check on our dear participants this afternoon. Can you send an emoji that best describes how you feel right now? Now that we are here in our orientation as regards our massive open online course in camp on English for journalism. Can you please send an emoji that best describes how you feel right now? Ayan, I'm seeing happy faces.
So may mga love.
Tayong lovely faces, no? Ayan po, mga in love.
Meron din nagse-celebrate.
Yes po.
Yes, indeed. This MOOC camp kasi it's a celebration of learning. Isn't that right, Sir Marvin?
Yes po, and we are very grateful po talaga that we have this opportunity to really expand our knowledge and acquire journalistic skills. Now that this particular topic is very relevant po, no, na we are faced with so much disinformation and misinformation, I know for sure that journalistic skills will help us teachers in battling against those issues.
Okay, very well said, Sir Marvin. So, ayan, marami pa rin nagsasend ng emojis. Lahat sila happy. Okay? At happy rin naman talaga tayo sa ating orientation for this afternoon.
Yes, ma'am. How about let's ask our dear participants this afternoon as to what are their expectations? Di po ba, Ma'am Zen?
Yes po. So, before we proceed, no, let us type in the question in our chat box. So, what is or your expectation for today? Then later on, we will be asking questions from our yung mga nakapag-MOOC na before. Kung ano naman ang kanilang may share for this afternoon. So, okay, for our participants, what is or are your expectations for today? Kindly type in our chat box and we will read all your comments.
Ayan. How about you, Ma'am Jenny? What do you expect po?
Siyempre, more learning. More learning, yun naman lagi ang kailangan nating mga teachers, di po ba? Never stop learning. At kailangan i-continue ang education.
Para sa bata at
Para
sa bayan.
bayan.
We already have one answer here
Okay,
from Mr. Requiza.
First time.
Go on, Ma'am Jenny.
Sir.
Okay, sige pa. Assimilate relevant concepts and competencies of modern journalism.
Alright.
Yes.
Oh, nandito si Sir Al. Shout out kay Sir Al Tatlong Hari. So, according to Sir, ang expectation niya ay magkaroon ng network of learning resources, which is definitely correct kasi ang dami nating mapupulot dito sa ating massive open online course o ating tinatawag na MOOC. So, meron din tayo from Sir Jose Marie. So to have a new perspective more about journalism as a form of educating our 21st century modern learners. And thank you, sir.
Yes po. Ayan, para po sa ating mga kakapasok lang, may we request you po to please mute your mic when it's not your turn to speak po. Let us read the answer of Ma'am Eloise Hazel. I expect to improve my skills in the field of journalism. Aside from that, I want to learn strategies on teaching journalism. That's correct. No, I know that it's very important that we are able or we will be able to teach journalism to our dear students or learners.
Okay. So let me read the comment of Ma'am Rena Lisa. I'm expecting to gain practical knowledge and techniques on how to become an effective journalist and broadcaster. Especially now, di ba, that we have the DepEd TV. So malay mo, baka si Ma'am Rena Lisa na ang sunod nating teacher broadcaster.
Yes, ma'am. And also we have our DepEd here in EduTV, EduTV Kalamba. We also have our dear Kalambalitaan, the Kalambalitaan program, and all other programs that we do have in EduTV. How about the others po? What do you expect? Keep the answers coming po. We'll read them all.
How about you, sir? Marvin? Considering that you have no experience yet in MOOC, what are your expectations for today?
I think I would have to agree with one of our colleagues here, ma'am. He mentioned that he expects to have network of learning resources and of course to have a platform wherein we can do academic exchange with our dear colleagues. Diba? Kasi learning can be better when we do it with our dear colleagues.
True. Sharing is caring, sir.
Yes po. And also, I love journalism, ma'am. How about you, ma'am? Do you have experiences when it comes to journalism?
I did once. Back when I was in my previous public school, I was one of the SPAs there. So, yeah, I have some experiences with journalism. And I believe that this time parang mare-refresh ako about modern journalism and how we could apply it in our teaching and learning process. Not only journalism.
Yes, ma'am. How about our dear participants? If you have experience or experiences when it comes to journalism, can you please raise your hand? Show of hands po tayo.
May mga
Ayan.
SPAs ba tayo dyan? Mga school
Hindi.
paper advisors?
Yes po, mga school paper advisors or
Ayan.
mga...
Si Ma'am Lauren
Ayan po.
Estrella. Ayan, like na sila.
Eloise Hazel, ayan po.
Ayan, meron pa tayong mga SPAs. How about from the participants from PNU? Meron ba sa inyong kasali dyan sa inyong campus journalism? Can you please raise your hand? Our participants from PNU. Alright, so meron nang nag-comment sa ating YouTube channel. So good afternoon as well, Ma'am Sofia Saga. Ayan si Ma'am Frame Rose Samiliano. Nag-release din si Ma'am. Okay? So, sir, I think it's the right time now that we end reading their expectations. So let us start this orientation through a nationalistic song to be followed by an opening prayer to be led by Mr. Perfecto R. Valencia of Palo Alto Integrated School and to be followed by the recitation of our DepEd Quality Policy Statement and the singing of Kalamba Hymn.
Ang bayan ko'y tanging ikaw, Pilipinas kong mahal, ang puso ko at buhay man sa iyo'y ibibigay. Tungkulin kong nagampanan na lagi kang paglingkuran. Ang laya mo'y mapantayan, Pilipinas kong mahal. Ang bayan ko'y tanging ikaw, Pilipinas kong mahal, ang puso ko at buhay man sa iyo'y ibibigay. Tungkulin kong nagampanan na lagi kang paglingkuran. Ang laya mo'y mapantayan, Pilipinas kong
Good afternoon, everyone. Let's bow our heads and feel the presence of the Lord. Father God, we thank you for your kindness and bringing us all together today as we begin us into meaningful conversations that would transform us for the betterment of our society and of the quality of public service that we wholeheartedly give to our learners. Guide us with your divine providence as we turn pandemic into pandemic learning opportunities. More than anything, Lord, help us to both to seek your will and pursue your glory through all that we say and do. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Quality Policy Statement. The Department of Education is committed to provide learners with quality basic education that is accessible, inclusive, and liberating through proactive leadership, shared governance, evidence-based policies, standards and program, responsive and relevant curriculum, highly competent and committed officials, and teaching and non-teaching personnel, enabling learning environment. The department upholds the highest standards of conduct and performance to fulfill stakeholders' needs and expectations by adhering to constitutional mandates, statutory, and regulatory requirements and sustain client satisfaction through continuous improvement of the quality management system.
Sabay ng loob ng Laguna, bayan kang tangis sa ganda. Duyan ka ng mga bayani, sa bansay ng bigay puri. Ang huron mo at kapatagan ay titik sa kasaysayan. Bukalan at pamangangin, sika at katuan ng pag-asa. O bayang mahal sa langit naman, ay nangis sa iyo ang buhay. At maging hangat ang iyong pagunlad, kadakilaan walang upas. Langit ng mga pangarap, sa pagyaya ay hiyas. O kalang magmahal at titilakan, tanging likod ng inang bayan. Tanging likod ng inang bayan.
All right, so to officially welcome us and to give us her message, may we call our new schools division superintendent, the able and capable Ma'am Girly M. Ilagan. Let's give her a virtual round of applause. Ma'am,
Hello. Yes po.
good afternoon po.
Okay po. Medyo madilim lang siguro. Okay. Nasa biyahe kasi kami nag-attend ng training. So to everyone, good afternoon to everyone, to all the participants of the massive online course and camp, especially for English for Journalism, all the teachers, school heads, and participants from Philippine Normal University. Welcome to this online course. I heard all the expectations of the participants to this training that they would like to enhance their skills and competency, particularly in writing an article. But of course, we do believe with the leadership of Sir JP of having this activity, definitely at the end of this course, all of the participants will enhance their competency about writing digital article, about journalism. But what is important at the end of this training course, we would like to see how the participants integrate this in their actual teaching learning process, because we do believe that not only the language teachers are participants in these activities, but other teachers as well, that they can integrate or use this competency particularly in their performance output activity of our learners. So we do hope that everyone will enjoy the training course, even it's online course, but I do believe that the training design or the course design is very essential for our teachers, especially that we are under the new normal, and of course, our capacity and ability in terms of using digital materials would help us a lot to enhance our competency on this matter. So again, good luck everyone. Hope to see you soon. Medyo ano lang yung camera dahil nasa meeting kami. But again, congratulations in advance. Thank you.
Thank you po, ma'am. Ingat po tayo. And thank you for gracing our program this afternoon. No? Maganda po yung sinabi kanina ni Ma'am Jordy, ni Ma'am Ilagan. Now, we hope that we will be able to integrate whatever competencies that we'll be acquiring here sa ating pong teaching and learning process. Welcome po sa Calamba City, Ma'am Ilagan, ang tahanan po ng ating pambansang bayani, Dr. Jose Rizal. Ma'am Jenny?
All right, sir. Thank you. And ma'am, we are really blessed to have you this afternoon, and we are very much thankful for the gift of your presence. And so at this juncture, our dear participants, let us now listen to the greetings of Dr. Carlene Velez, U.S. Embassy's Regional English Language Officer in Manila. Take it away, ma'am.
Hello, I am Carlene Velez, the Regional English Language Officer at the U.S. Embassy in the Philippines. I'm pleased to speak with you virtually at the opening session of your virtual Massive Open Online Course, or MOOC Camp. This month, we are holding virtual MOOC camps in different locations in the Philippines on English for media literacy, English for media literacy for educators, and English for journalism. I hope you will find these MOOCs relevant and timely. I would like to thank our MOOC camp facilitators for their selflessness in sharing their time, knowledge, and experience with the MOOC camp participants. To the MOOC camp participants, thank you for your interest and for finding time to attend the virtual MOOC camp. I certainly hope that you will have a wonderful MOOC camp experience, especially to those of you who are joining a MOOC camp for the first time. As MOOC camp participants, you will be taking part in the special launch of the Tagalog version of Harmony Square, a game about disinformation designed to expose the tactics and manipulation techniques that bad actors use to mislead people, building up a following, or exploit societal tensions for political purposes. The launch will be held at the resource speaker part of the virtual MOOC camp, and you, the participants, will have a thought-provoking discussion about it. Again, thank you everyone, and enjoy the virtual MOOC camp.
And thank you very much, ma'am, for your warm greetings. We are indeed excited to experience what these kind of MOOC camp has in store for everyone. At this juncture, let us now listen to the orientation proper to be led by our active and proactive Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, the advocate of MOOC camps and MOOC here in SDO Calamba City, Mr. JP Lopo. Sir JP.
All right, so habang wala pa si Sir, okay na kayo? Okay.
Ayan. I think there is internet connectivity issue, ma'am.
Hi,
Okay.
thank you so
Ayan po,
much, Sir
ayan.
Marvin.
Good afternoon po, sir.
Signal yata. Narin, try. Pasensya na kayo, galing lang kami ni Ma'am sa isang important meeting here in Tagaytay. And hopefully naririnig niya ako. Am I edible na? Ayan, okay Calamba, isa namang thumbs up dyan from our participants. Kindly press 1 or type 1 if this is the first time you are joining the massive open online course with us here in DepEd Calamba City. And type 2 if you are able to attend the previous MOOC or you've had other experiences doing MOOC with others. Ayan, ang daming mga 1, no? And I'd like to specifically welcome our participants joining us today or this afternoon, our friends the soon-to-be teachers from the Philippine Normal University campuses. It's a pleasure to have you around with us and hopefully we can learn from one another. At ito nga, dahil marami yung mga one pa rin ng comments, I'll be doing this orientation on the massive open online course and I'll also talk about the camp. No? For the rest, nandito na dati, for the first time that we offered the massive open online course in DepEd Calamba. So this is going to be mostly a review or a recall of what the MOOC and camp is all about. So without much ado, may I request the IT to share the screen. Nakashare na ba ng screen? Ayan. Sige. Pasensya na kayo, nasa mobile phone lang ako ngayon. Ayan, nakikita nyo na po. Kindly confirm if you are seeing the screen being presented right now. Okay na. Sige, maraming salamat po. This is now English for Journalism and we're having this massive open online course and camp orientation. Let's proceed or advance to the next slide, which will be the starting point of the taste of what massive open online course is. Yan. Sige. Can you advance to the next slide na po? Sorry, mahirap sa akin Yan, sige. Yan. So what is this American English Teacher Program? Ito yung dating tawag, no? Now it's the open because the US government with the help of the US Embassy in the Philippines wants to be inclusive. So open now means online professional English network. I heard one of the participants responded kanina na ang gusto niya dito why he joined the course is to have more professional network. And this is really one of the avenues or the ways where we can have that answered or addressed. So this open is a program, one for English language teachers, for teacher trainers, and even though you are not a language teacher, you are part of the education professionals around the world. And the goal of this program is to be able to provide us with access to latest language teaching and methodology or language teaching methodology. But don't be afraid na pang language teachers lang ito or you might be thinking na hindi to para sa akin because some teaching strategies or methodologies can be applicable with proper or appropriate modifications. And there are also open educational resources that you can take from here and bring this or take these into your classes. Now to the next slide, pag sinabi nating massive open online course or MOOC, so ang tawag ninyo, ang tawag natin sa isa't isa ngayon ay mga MOOCer or MOOCers, no? So yung massive open online course ay kaiba sa global online course because when we say massive, it involves an unlimited number of participants. So please take note na hindi lang tayo ang nagtitake ng course na ito. We have other students and professionals across the country and even across the world who are doing the massive open online course. So ayan, usually it runs for about 5 weeks. And this is a facilitated course. Madalas facilitated, pero for this part, this is a self-paced MOOC. Ibig sabihin nito, pwede mong tapusin ang MOOC na ito ng mabilisan. But we are not going to advise that. Kaya gagawin natin na facilitated pa rin ito na every week, meron lang tayong isang module or isang unit na sasagutan. And mostly, most of the time, you are going to do it on your own. That's why it's a self-study course. However, dahil naging findings na in the past, based on previous experiences, that not everyone completes the course until the very end. Ibig sabihin, merong along the way, tinatamad na, pag dumami yung ginagawa sa schools, sineset aside na itong MOOC, kaya yung chances or yung percentage of completion medyo mababa. Kaya naisip natin na magkaroon ng camp so that we can help one another. We can assist one another. so that we will be able to help one another finish the course or this web-based distance learning program, which is being participated in by students or learners or teachers or professionals around the world. And yung camp naman, pag sinabing camp, yan, next slide na tayo. Pag sinabi nating facilitated camp, it revolves in or around a massive open online course. So basically, you have a course, and then so that you'll be able to maximize learning and finish successfully, there's a camp. So dati, ginagawa lang ito at the US embassies, consulates, American spaces. But now, it's open for any other public spaces. At ngayon nga, because of the pandemic, since 2 years ago, ay pinasok na rin natin na even in virtual spaces. And the camps are usually led by alumni or alumnus or alumna. And if you saw in the previous slide or the first slide, so I was given the chance and opportunities which I'm going to share with you later dahil gusto ko laging binabanggit ito dahil ito hindi natatapos sa akin, no? Because I want you, if possible, lahat kayo ay maka-experience din ng bagay, ng opportunities which were given to me through the US Embassy in the Philippines. Anong mga gagawin natin sa isang MOOC camp? In the next slide, you will see that there are 3 basic activities that we do. So ayan yan. So pag may course at camp, ang tawag doon ay MOOC camp. On the next slide, there are 3 basic activities that we can do in the camp that we will have for English for Journalism. Ito ang mga ito ay, one would be a seminar format, second is an enrichment format, and the last is a project-based format. Anong ibig sabihin ng mga ito at paano ito naiiba sa bawat isa? We can advance to the next slide, which will give you some pictures and description of what a seminar format is. When we say, okay, ngayong meet-up natin, pag sinabing meet-up, ito yung meeting natin. When we have a seminar format, we gather together and we discuss the content, and that content is a subject or topic that is covered in the course. Ibig sabihin, kung ano yung inaral mo doon sa computer, doon sa massive open online course, yun yung pag-uusapan natin. So it's basically reinforcing, it's basically deepening our knowledge and understanding of what the course is all about. So ang paraan nito can be free-flowing, pwede naman na structured. Doon sa mga naka-attend na dati ng MOOC natin, no, we had 888 successful completers. Alam na nila kung paano ito gawin. But for the rest of you who are first-timer, we are going to walk you through the process. No? Pwede itong free-flowing, pwede itong structured. And you always think about and talk about your reflections, your ideas on the material that you accessed or that you worked on in the course. So pwede itong LAC type or kayo-kayo lang, konting members lang, or pwedeng buong tayong camp ang mag-usap-usap dito. While the second format is an enrichment format. Kung kanina, in the seminar format, pinag-uusapan nyo, ano ba yung nangyari sa course? Ano ba yung tinalakay sa course? And possible, we can relate that to your experiences. What are your ideas about that? Dito sa enrichment format naman, dadagdagan natin yung wala sa course but are related. So instead of discussing the content, this one you have to build upon what the course content provides and may be applicable for cultural or community context. Dito na tayo nagpo-contextualize. Dito nangingimbita tayo ng guest speaker or resource persons who can provide us supplemental activities that complement the topic for the week. Halimbawa, ang nakikita nyo sa pictures ay one would be itong nasa baba, left part, si Miss Ana Marie San Diego ng Central Office. We invited her to talk about content-based instruction. So ang course namin dito ay content-based instruction. Matapos namin pag-aralan yung laman ng course, tinanong pa namin o nangimbita kami ng taga Central Office who can talk about what is or what has been the implementation of CBI in the Philippine context through the Department of Education. Yung nasa taas na picture, si Sir Jose Paulo Calcetas, who's a trainer in journalism, was invited to talk about writing stories. So ayan. So at marami pang iba. Okay? At ang panghuling format naman, on the next slide, you will have the project-based format. Ito yung paraan where we cascade the knowledge we gained to share them with other people. And these could be our learners or our colleagues or co-teachers who were not able to take the course. Napakasaya na experience na ito. Mamaya merong testimonial and you will have some more kung magiging ka-member ninyo yung mga dating nag-MOOC, kung ano yung mga ginawa nila. In fact, naka-record yung kanilang ginawang project-based learning, yung tinatawag naming service learning, kung saan nag-invite sila ng mga estudyante at mga co-teachers na tinuruan nila about English for media literacy. With the alert level 1 na medyo lax na ang ating mga health protocols, possible na makapagbalik na rin tayo dito. At dito natin sinasama, we also provide psychosocial, emotional, mental activities for kids, which are very timely, lalo na ngayon dahil matagal na hindi nakalabas ang mga bata. Baka paunti-unti with small groups pwede na natin gawa. And I hope that excites you to share whatever you will learn from the course with our teachers, co-teachers, and learners. Ano nga bang mapapala natin sa pagsali dito sa MOOC na ito? One, on the next slide, this will offer us professional development. And you know very well that as teachers and as future teachers, isa ito sa hinihingi ng Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers. Isa ito sa mga domains. And at this point na talagang napakabilis ng information, there are so many access to different information of all sorts. It's very important that you grow and develop in the profession. It offers you skills, it makes you confident, it adds up credibility, and therefore, when you have all these skills, it will lead to improving your performance and productivity as found out by researchers, no? And sa pagsali mo dito, it will also provide you doors. It will open doors to access international courses developed by globally ranked institutions. No, take note, ako lagi ko itong pinagpapasalamat. Dati nung bago ako mag-college, parang dahil galing ako sa isang probinsya, malayong probinsya in Camarines Sur, sa Bicol region, parang napakahirap na makapagkaroon ng opportunities to study in and recognized in world-class institutions, or at least dito sa Pilipinas ay maayos ang status. But here you are given free chances and opportunities. Itong tinitake nating course ngayon, ititake na course, English for Journalism, is offered by University of Pennsylvania in the United States of America. Remember that, no? O, dati hirap na hirap ka, parang suntok sa buwan na makapag-aral ka sa mamahalin at magandang institusyon. Pero ngayon, dito we're taking this for free. You will have professional learning networks na hindi lang sa course mo ito makakausap, that even after when you have built rapport and relationships, you can ask one another of your practices. And hopefully, dahil may mga kasama tayo dito na pre-service teachers, no, mabigay din natin sa kanila ano yung picture, what lies ahead of them while preparing to become teachers, at makasama natin in the field, anong meron sa atin at anong mga experiences ang pwede nating mai-share sa kanila. And this is one way to do professional learning communities. And of course, when you allow yourselves to grow, when you allow yourselves to have these opportunities taken, it becomes a mindset of lifelong learning. It becomes a mindset of growth. So hindi ka lalaki at tatanda na bitter sa mundo na may lumalabas at dumarating na bagong kasamahan, co-teachers na mahuhusay. Madalas yun kasi ang mga pakiramdam ng mga nagtatagal sa profesyon na hindi na nila binubuksan ang sarili nila into more opportunities. Tapos pag may dumating na bago na medyo maraming alam, maraming kakayahan, parang iba ang pagtanggap nila. So that it will not happen and so that we can still provide the best and quality education to our learners, we continue to make ourselves available to all these professional development interventions and engagements. No, I will be providing you some of the activities that we went through. It's just that hindi pa ako nasama dito yung mga pictures natin dito sa Calamba, pero meron dang I think 1 or 2 slides that talk about us. Ito yung group namin sa Binian. The first time we went to the United States of American soil. Sa soil lang. So dyan to sa US Embassy in the Philippines, which is geographically, hindi geographically, but politically part or considered part of the USA. No? So we went there to receive our certificate of completion of the massive open online course and camp, which we will also do, kaso lang hindi pa ngayon kasi medyo mahigpit pa ang ating protocols, no? Hindi pa tayo pwedeng mass gather. Now, from these 25 people in Binian, we were able to grow them with more than 1,000 MOOCers. Pero ilang attempts yon, napakatagal. At ang nakakatuwa dito sa atin sa DepEd Calamba, we did not start from a very minimal number. Nag-umpisa talaga agad tayo, more than 1,000 massive open online course takers. And I'll give you the figures a little later. At sinasabi ko nga, it will open doors to more opportunities. I-round down ko lang yung mga naganap sa akin in the last 10 years when I was a starting teacher, a teacher one at that 10 years ago, and until such time na ngayon I am passing forward or paying forward the opportunities which were given to me through the US Embassy in the Philippines. At ito yung papakita lang natin sa mga susunod na slides. Yan. I started in 2014, yung aking first MOOC. Yan. After which, sunod-sunod na yung binibigay nilang opportunities. And mamaya, ibabalita ko sa inyo ang napakagandang isang nangyari sa ating mga graduates ng unang course natin. Ito naman, I was given that chance to have a 3-month course for free. Ito yung global online course na 25 lang kami in the whole world who took this course at the University of Oregon in the US. Pero online pa lang yan in 2014. Sige, pasadahan lang natin because this is not about me, but I'm just going to share with you. At least I hopefully can inspire you. In 2015, yan, I shared what I learned from the course with the teachers and pre-service teachers in Metro Manila and nearby places. In 2016, sige, tuloy tayo sa susunod na slide. Ayan, I was invited to be part of the East Asia Pacific Conference of English Language Teachers at the Manila Hotel. Yan. 2017 naman, sige, tuloy tayo. Yan, I had the chance, wala pa akong kinakampanya ha, sorry. I had the chance to rub elbows with political figures of the country and with our then regional director, si Yusek, that's na ngayon, Yusek, at the Independence Day celebration, which I was also invited last year doon naman sa US Embassy mismo. Sige, ano pa yung ibang mga experiences natin dyan? Yan. In 2019, yan, finally, nakapunta na ako sa US, sa totoong US, for a 2-week seminar for English language teachers. In 2020, at saka kasama na yung 2021, umattend po tayo ng virtual TESOL convention. Mamaya may balita ako dyan. And I was also part of those who trained the first MOOCers in Mongolia. Lumabas na rin kami sa Philippine Department of Energy. Sige pa po. Next slide. Ayan. Sige pa po. And dito ang maganda rin, previous slide, hindi lang sa akin na ibibigay yung opportunities. Dahil talagang ang first objective at naging long time and long-term goal ko na is to pass forward or pay forward, ibigay at i-share sa iba. At nadala ko na ang US Embassy and their resource persons in Binian and in the places where I worked with, and I was able to recommend 15 scholars. And here in DepEd Calamba, meron na tayong dalawang nakatapos ng global online course. We have Miss Pam Rodelas and we have Principal Rowena Campbell. At madadagdagan pa ang mga yan because we have a lot more people from you who deserve to be given these opportunities and chances. Sige, tuloy natin. So ngayon, anong meron? Anong i-take nating course? Ito yung nakaraan, the first time we offered English for Media Literacy for educators, and we offered this last May to June of 2021. And in this course, next slide please. Ayan, nakakatuwa. Very happy ang US Embassy na for the first time we did it in Calamba, 888 yung completers ng course and camp. Actually, mas marami pang nakatapos, more than 1,000. Pero hindi sila nakakomply sa camp requirements, which are very important. At nagkaroon kami ng celebration of achievement, may mga awarding din ng mga best outputs na ginawa nila. And hopefully, may pagpatuloy natin itong practice na ito, no? And kagaya ng binanggit sa atin ni Ma'am Girlie ng ating Schools Division Superintendent na hindi natatapos ito sa taking the course. Susundan natin kayo at titingnan natin how are you able to integrate or apply the learning that you're able to gain from the course to the field or to the learners that you teach, no? Sige. And we say congratulations kung nandito kayo, pa-heart react naman doon sa 888, no? And thinking na yung 8 yung favorite number natin, ano, tatlong 8 pa yung ibinigay. And ngayon, so far sabi ni Ms. Pam, ang nag-register pa lang ay 200 plus as of kanina, plus we have 82 from the PNU. Sana madagdagan pa natin ito, no? So that we'll be able to have more to share this good and great opportunity for all of us. So ito yung first time natin. The next slide, ito na yung ino-offer sa atin. No, never mind the date kasi ito ay extended. Kaya nag-uumpisa pa lang tayo ngayong March. English for journalism. While we are not building a career in journalism or in the world of journalism, but we know very well how important this aspect is in the work that we do, lalo na ngayon sa panahon na nagkalat na mga fake news at nagkalat na rin ang mga tao na tila walang competence or skills on how to be able to find out whether an article, whether a news or an information is valid or not, accurate or not, or truthful or not, no? Sige. Ano-ano ang mangyayari sa atin sa 5 linggo? Ano-ano ang pag-uusapan natin? So we have 5 units. Magkakaroon pa naman kayo ng mas detailed na orientation ito with your campmates, no? Sige. One is going to be introduction and principles of journalism. So basics of journalism. And for the second week, we're going to talk about how do you do research? How do you pitch? How do you make an interview relative to reporting, relative to writing articles and things like that? At yung unit 3 na nga, doon tayo gagawa, no, yung words in print. So we will be talking about the languages that are very important or the kinds of words that are important when we write stories or articles for news paper or for news reporting, lalo na sa school. Napakahalaga niyan, no? Na madalas sa hindi we report on the activities that we do in the schools, happenings or events that are very important to be told. So kaya aalamin natin yan. We'll talk about broadcasting and finally, journalism in the modern or in the digital age. As to the specifics of these, pagdadaanan natin yan sa inyong kurso, no? And so I will not dwell so much on this because this is just an orientation. Now, it's very important that you make yourself part of the Facebook group with 900 members, DepEd Calamba City-led professional development community. After this, magagawa tayo ng opportunity or way for us to be able to contact you. Tingnan natin kung mag-Google Classroom tayo para doon na bibigyan ng information. But it's better that you are part of this also so that you can receive updates about the course, about the activities that we will do, and at the same time, other opportunities kagaya ng American English Live na nasa susunod na slide. Yan. In the next slide, yan. Ayan, ito yung sinasabi nating American English Live. This happens every other Wednesday, 9 p.m. or 8 p.m. in the Philippine time. Kaso ito ay patapos na, but we have some few who have joined us, parang pang 5th session na nila, 2 na lang ang natitira. But if you will be a member of the DepEd Calamba City-led Professional Development Community Facebook group, mas may inform kayo of the schedules sa Series 14 dito. This is a 1-hour session broadcasted via American English Educator Facebook account. This is held in the US. At when you are able to complete at least 4 of 6 sessions, you will be given a certificate from the embassy, provided that you will pass the quizzes. At ang quiz lang naman madali, 3-item quiz lang siya per session. Okay? Next slide. Yan. As to the camp schedule, later Ms. Pam will tell us of the specific dates, pero it will always be at 4 p.m. except for one session na 7 p.m. Kaya 7 p.m. ito kasi mag-iimbita tayo ng speaker from the United States para umaga sa kanya tapos gabi sa atin. No? Yung LAC type, yung mini group ninyo, yung kayo-kayo lang mag-uusap, it depends on your agreement. Now, at this point, I'd like to introduce to you our sub-camp facilitators. Nakita nyo na ang ilan sa kanila, but let me take this opportunity to thank them for volunteering. Naisama ba natin, Ms. Pam, yung mga pictures? Ayan. Etong mga to, most of them have joined our previous MOOC on English for Media Literacy. Ang iba naman, ibang MOOCs ang tinake nila. And I'm happy to announce also that these people are also attending starting tomorrow night the virtual TESOL Convention and Language Exposition happening in the United States of America. In the meantime, ngayon po ay virtual lang sila attend, pero who knows, baka next year sa US na rin sila pupunta. And registration fee is at $500+. Membership is $100+. So basically, $600+ ang natipid nila, amounting to 32,000 if we're converting it to Philippine money. The amount is, syempre, isang buwang sweldo natin yan mahigit bilang teachers, no? Kaya napakahirap na sumali dyan. But because nagpakita sila ng tiyaga, ng kahusayan, this is our little reward. We recommended them through the US Embassy to be able to attend the program. Once I read your name, please turn on your camera para makilala nila kayo. No? Number 1 is Ma'am Benilda Rica Blanca from San Ramon Elementary School. Palakpakan po natin. Ayan. Thank you so much and congratulations. We have Ma'am Maribel Umandap ng Bungo National High School. Next is Sir Perfecto R. Valencia, Palo Alto Integrated School, followed by Lordeline Villanueva, Looc Elementary School. Next, Jenny De Leon from Integrated School of Lawa, Marvin Evangelista and Marian Diaz from Calamba Bayside Integrated School. Apart from their previous performance or their performance in the previous MOOC or MOOCs that they have participated, itong mga to ay nag-undergo ng selection process, no? Nag-apply sila and there were questions that they answered and sent to us. Yung iba sa inyo, baka hindi kasi nagbabasa ng ating professional development group, kaya siguro hindi nila nakita. But we also invited and sent invitation to your school heads for them to inform you that there's an opportunity like this. Pero huwag kayong mag-alala. Yearly naman yung convention. Kaya possible na kayo naman ang susunod na maisasama ko, namin ni Pam at ni Ma'am Susan for this year. So yan po ang makakasama natin na magpa-facilitate din sa inyo. If you have questions, sila ang pwede nating tanungin. Magmi-meeting lang kami on the specific procedures and mechanisms. Ano po? Kung meron pa kayong tanong ngayon, later we can answer them. Pero kung meron pa tayong hindi maubos sagutin, because there might be a lot of questions, then we will be entertaining them in the small groups that we will have. So you will be grouped into smaller groups and we'll be providing you the list possibly this week. Ano po, nagkasabay-sabay lang. We do apologize na short notice din para sa mga kasamahan nating taga PNU because we were so busy last week for the preparation of the face-to-face classes na meron tayong 14 schools na open in Calamba plus yung change of leadership that last week also we welcomed our new superintendent at hinatid natin ng ating former superintendent. But don't worry, we will be helping you along the way, no? Lahat na ba nakapag-enroll? Kung hindi pa, Miss Pam, do we have a slide for that kung paano sila mag-enroll? But we can post in our chat box the link where they can process their enrollment. Napakadali lang. Basta ang pinakamahalaga pag nag-enroll kayo, number 1, tandaan po natin yung inyong password at sa inyong email address. Dapat dahil napakahirap pag hindi nyo na ma-access. Last time, meron kaming ilang kasamahan na they started from zero. Bumalik sila doon sa pinakauna nilang from the start of the course. And we don't want that to happen this time around. Na po? Sige, I think that will be all from me for now. Ipapanood lang natin sa inyo yung video presentation ng MOOC Mindanao na kahit malalayo yung lugar nila, naglalakad sila, tayo pa kaya na may online naman at malapit lang sa isa't isa, no? Next time, ang mapakikita na natin ay yung conduct ng MOOC video dito sa Calamba City. Sige, let's play that, Miss Pam. Yung at the beginning, yung slide number 33 sa akin, I don't know sa iyo. Sige pa. Ayan. I hope we can get inspiration from these teachers. Wala lang audio yata, Miss Pam.
We were strangers, starting out on a journey, never dreaming what we'd have to go through. Now here we are, and I'm suddenly standing at the beginning with you.
No one told me I was going to find you. Unexpected, what you did to my heart. When I lost hope, you were there to remind me this is the start. And life is a road and I wanna keep going. Love is a river I wanna keep flowing. keep going on.
Starting out on a journey.
Life is a road and I wanna keep going. Love is a river, I wanna keep flowing. In the end, I wanna be standing at the beginning with you.
Ayan. And I think the challenge to us in DepEd Calamba ay may pakita rin natin, mas showcase natin. This is the second time we're doing this and marami na rin tayong naiipon na experiences on taking the MOOC, and we can show how the massive open online courses have helped our teachers. Here in MOOC, in the next slide, we always say, ito ang ating mga pa-hashtags sa MOOCs. Okay, next slide, please. We always say we MOOC forward, we multiply, we MOOC a difference, and we all MOOC it happen. So with that, maraming salamat po, and we're now ready to entertain questions if you have some. Okay po, maraming salamat.
Ayan. Thank you very much po, Sir JP. Talagang inspiring, no, yung discussion ni Sir, and we know that being a MOOCer will open doors of opportunities for everyone. Ayan. If you have questions po, you may send your questions sa ating pong meeting chat. And we have questions po regarding po sa discussion, Sir JP, sa ating kanina.
Okay, sir. So while waiting for their questions, let us acknowledge the viewers natin sa ating YouTube channel. So good afternoon po kay Sir William Bartolome. Hi daw po. Magandang hapon. And same with Ma'am Andrea Senya Dosa. So meron din pong mga nagsagot kanina ng 1 and 2. So we have there Ma'am Mary Nelly Jeronimo and Ma'am Perla Jean sa Paula. And good afternoon din po kay Ma'am Myra Candon. So hello po.
Ma'am Jenny, no? This time malalaman naman natin kung alin-alin ang schools ang makaka 100% ulit ng kanilang mga teachers are able to complete the MOOC, no? Sige, tingnan natin. Saka yung most number of MOOC completers for our schools here in Calamba, no?
Sana school na namin.
Parang hindi daw po papayag, ma'am, yung ibang schools, ma'am.
Oo nga eh. Kasi may mga schools na nangako last time na sila naman daw. And ay pag lahat tayo ay marami, di then mas maganda, no? Mas marami tayong matututuhan, mas marami tayong mas-share. Do we have questions from our friends from the Philippine Normal University? Huwag kayong mahiya sa mga kasama natin, ano? Yan ay mga ate, kuya, nanay at tatay who can well assist you.
Okay, so wala pong nagtatanong. Mukhang sobrang detalyado kasi talaga, sir, ng inyong orientation. Alam na nila.
Baka walang natutuhan, walang na-gets, kaya walang tanong. Ayan, how to enroll in the MOOC?
Question.
Ayan po.
Go ahead, Sir Martin.
Ayan po, from Ma'am Eloise Hazel, how to enroll po in MOOC?
Sige po. Can we put in the chat box, Miss Pam, the link? Opo. Kiklik nyo lang yung link. Take note, ang pipiliin nyo ay yung free at saka walang certificate. No certificate. Ang US Embassy ang magbibigay sa atin ng certificate. But if you would like to have a certificate from University of Pennsylvania na bukod, you have to pay kasi parang around $49 if I'm not mistaken. Sayang naman yon. Kaya dito tayo sa free. But the same experience naman and same knowledge skills that we will gain from the course. Sige po, yan. Number 1, you have to register to our 2 links that you are enrolling. And number 2, you will be given the link for the actual enrollment, yung galing sa US Embassy mismo for the course, Miss Pam. The one I forwarded.
All right po, thank you po, Sir JP. So any more questions po? Keep the questions coming at sasagutin po yan ng ating Sir JP.
One moment, I'll just type in the link.
Ayun po. Well, Sir
Alright.
JP is typing po the link. How about the others po? Baka meron pa tayong questions regarding po sa ating MOOC and MOOC camp.
Oo. Lahat po ba ng ating participants today nakapag-register na po kayo sa dalawang link na ito? If not po, it's not too late po. Go ahead and register. Especially po kung may mga friends kayo, colleagues who would like to join. Ayan, bigyan niyo lang po sa kanila yung link.
Kindly
Sir,
check na po kung gumagana yung link.
ayan. So, Ma'am Eloisa, ito daw po yung link na i-access niyo po.
Apo. Siguro yung mga friends natin from PNU kasi naka-DepEd email tayo, Miss Pam, maybe we can change the setting, no? Pero kung kayo po ay taga-DepEd, baka kaya hindi nyo na-access ay hindi naka-login ang inyong email at DepEd email.
Ayan, send din po Sir JP yung Coursera na enrollment link po natin. Yan
Yes,
din po yung
Ma'am
letter B.
Jessie Ann. May nakita ko
Ayan.
nag-raise ng hand. Yes, Ma'am Jessie Ann. Any concern po? Wala po. Baka napindot lang. Ano po?
Ayan. I-allow po ni Ma'am Pam, I think po na yung ating pong first link para po sa
Sir
ating-
Marvin, sorry, may kulang pala ako na L doon sa
Okay po.
link. Kaya, eto
Ayan.
na, sinend ko na yung bago. Thank you.
Ayan.
Sir, ayan Ma'am Eloise. Sinanda po ni Sir JP yung updated link.
Ayan. Hopefully po ay makapag-enroll po tayo doon po sa link na sinend po ni Sir JP and yung dalawang links po na sinend ni Ma'am Pam. Actually, I think na-send na rin po yan sa mga GCs po natin dito po sa SDO Calamba City. Sa ating po mga friends from PNU, ayan po yung ating links. Baka po may questions po tayo.
So after this po mga ma'am and sir, we will be grouping you and then each group will have their own GC at ang bawat isang group will be manned by our facilitators, subcamp facilitators para po mas mapag-usapan ninyo at ma-raise ninyo if you have concerns, no? Kung nahihiya kayong dito kayo magtanong. Okay? Sige.
All right then, Sir Marvin, if there are no more questions, perhaps we can move on to our program.
Yes, ma'am. Ayan. Earlier, no, Sir JP's discussion ay talaga naman pong inspiring po. Pero let us get inspired pa na po by as to how exciting and fruitful massive open online courses are. Let us listen to the testimony of Ma'am Benilda Ricaplanca of San Ramon Elementary School. Ayan, ma'am.
Take it away, ma'am.
Ayan kasi, ma'am.
My name is Benny Ricaplanca, a kindergarten teacher of San Ramon Elementary School. I took English for Media Literacy for Educators in 2021. It was Dr. J.P. Lobo, our ASDF, who introduced us about Massive Open Online Course. It contains facilitated courses which are convenient, manageable, and rewarding. Convenient and manageable because it can be accessed anytime, anywhere, with just a phone and internet connection with you. You can also browse the modules while offline. The course is self-paced, so you will not be pressured by time. It is encouraging and inviting as well because of the camp-wide meetup every Friday afternoon. Aside from that, topics on modules are interesting and challenging. You need to pass the assessment and submit the performance task before the end of each module. I remember the time that I was taking the course. I also watched the live video of American English for Educators in Facebook. There, I was able to learn teaching strategies from other parts of the world like India and America. I was able to get a chance to tell about Philippine education and how we are coping during the pandemic. Then every distribution and retrieval of modules, we were able to talk about media literacy with my colleagues. It is something interesting and relevant, especially this time of election campaign. We are surrounded with information, but we need to critically analyze that the information is valid. During this school-wide meetup, I didn't expect that I could go far from my comfort zone. That time, I was crafting, together with my other colleagues, the action plan to determine the impact of the course I took for my personal and professional development. From teaching kindergarten, I was given a chance to visit grade 6 online class and apply the teaching strategies I learned from it. And I became more confident. With all the learnings and experiences that this course brought to me, bonus na ang achievement na ibinigay ng ating Division of Calamba City at the end of the course journey. I really believe that if you are passionate of what you are doing,
you will never see this as burden, but as journey of moving forward from who you are today to who you will become tomorrow.
All right, thank you, Ma'am Rica Blanca. And that's true, Sir Marvin, no? Joining this kind of activities, this massive open online course is never a burden. I remember nga kasi I am also second time, mooker na this time. Ang saya. Sa totoo, ang saya magsagot, magbasa, manood. And very interactive. And you know what, nakakakilig kapag nire-replyan, kinokomenta ng mga professors from the States, yung mga pinopost mo and yung mga answers mo. And I experienced that one time. Na-feature pa nga ni Sir JP yan sa yung camp meetup 2. Na-post niya na-feature niya yung post ko na kinomenta ni Professor Sheen. Ay, Diyos ko, Sir Marvin, kilig na kilig ako noon. Sabi ko, ay, pagbubutihan ko pa. Kasi gusto, ito ang sort of feeling na ina-acknowledge ko ng professor. And I really hope for our participants today na ma-experience ulit what I experienced before.
Yes, kaya siguro excited na po ang ating mga participants, no, for this smoke, and I hope that we will take everything seriously. Talaga namang let's be diligent po, no, sa pag-attend at pag-answers ng lahat ng mga tasks to be given sa ating pong MOOC ngayon. And at this juncture, I think it's important that we take a look at the schedule of our MOOC camp activities. Yan, tingnan po natin yung ating schedule. Ayan po. So, ngayon po yung ating camp orientation, and then ang ating camp-wide meetup 1 ay sa March 25, 2022, 4 p.m. po ito via Zoom po. Yung ating pong second meetup ay sa April 1. So, lahat po ito yung Friday. So, 4 p.m. din po. Yung ating pong meetup 3 ay April 8, 4 p.m. Yung ating pong meetup 4 ay at 7 p.m. So, ito lang po yung isang 7 p.m. natin, Ma'am Jenny. Now, and yung ating pong meetup 5 ay sa April 29, 4 p.m. At ang ating celebration of achievement ay sa May 6, 2022 at 4 p.m.
All right, thank you, Sir Marvin. So, just a reminder for our PNU friends, we've already changed the settings of the link, so you can now register. And so, remember, our dear participants, our fellow MOOCers, okay, we will see you all in our first MOOC camp-wide meetup session on Friday. Don't forget Friday, that's March 25, 2022 at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
And Ma'am Pam sent our attendance link po sa ating meeting chat. Kindly sign the link po or click the link and for our attendance po this afternoon.
Okay, so we would also like to thank our ICT team headed by Sir Rodel, together with Sir Bim, Sir Carl, and Miss Erica for their assistance.
And of course, thank you po Ma'am Pam, Ma'am Pamela Rodelas, and
you,
Sir JP po, Ma'am Girlie sa ating pong support, sa lahat po ng ating mga facilitators, at sa lahat po ng ating mga participants this afternoon.
Ayan. At dahil dyan, so before we really end, we would like to invite everybody to please turn on, open their cameras for a quick snap. Okay, a photo opportunity for this afternoon's endeavor.
Ayan po.
Ay, ang gaganda ng ating mga participants.
Ayan po ang ating mga mookers.
Okay. At mukhang nasa school pa sila.
Kami ni Ma'am po ay nasa biyahe.
Ingat, ingat
Sila
po
sir
kayo,
nasa
Sir
biyahe.
Ed.
Sir,
Meron po
Nasa
tayong five panels, no? Sige po, mag-screenshot
Opo.
na po tayo. Ayan po.
ito na, Sir Marvin.
Sige po, smell po tayo all throughout. Hindi natin
Hi.
alam kung nasang panel po tayo. First panel po, smell po tayo. 3, 2, 1. Ayan. Okay, next panel po. 3, 2, 1. Ayan. Third panel po. Pabukas naman po dun sa ating mga kasamahan. Ayan, mga naka-off na po yung third panel kasi. Pero sige, screenshot pa rin po tayo. Ayan. Fourth panel po. Ano po mga baka po mahina ang signal, no? Mga hindi na po nakabukas. Ayan. Thank you very much po sa ating mga participants. Ingat po yung mga pauwi. Yung mga nasa schools pa po. Ingat po. And see you po on Friday.
Yan, Friday po.
Thank
So,
you, thank you.
excited that you are all here. Bye-bye po.
Bye-bye.
And po si Ma'am Dolorosa de Castro. Hello, ma'am.
Hi. Hello, ma'am.